Again, we are discussing about molarity. So what is molarity? Do you know about molarity? Think about molarity and what is its symbol. Clear? So first of all, molarity is actually shows the concentration of the solution. Clear? So what is mean by molarity? Do you know about molarity? This is just like explanation and introductory lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss some challenge, numerical problems. Clear? So first of all, we want to explain molarity. So actually molarity is actually the, or we can write it as molarity is equal to, okay, molarity is equal to number of moles of solute. Clear? Number of moles of solute in kilogram of solvent, in kilogram of solvent. So molarity is actually concentration of any solution, which shows that number of moles of solute dissolved in, when we dissolved it, clear, dissolved in kilogram of solvent. Clear? Molarity is equal to number of moles of solute dissolved in kilogram of solvent. Easy? While we were discussing in molarity, it is molality. While is in molarity, we was discussing that actually molarity is equal to number of moles of solute dissolved in, which are actually dissolved in volume of solution. Here volume of a kilogram of solvent. Clear? So for example, if we take 3 or 40 or we can write it as, if we take NH3, clear, NH3, and its mass is equal to 34 gram. Clear? So if we take 34 gram of NH3, if it in 2 kilogram of water. Clear? So if we dissolve 34 gram of NH3 in 2 kilogram of water. So first of all we take an easy case. Clear? If we dissolve 2 mole of NH3 in 2 kilogram of H2O, then find its molality. Clear? We dissolve 2 mole of NH3 in 2 kilogram of water, then find its molarity. Very easy case. Clear? So we know that molarity is actually equal to moles of solute in kilogram of solvent. Clear? So molarity is equal to 2 mole of NH3. So here 2 is what? Here 2 is solute. 2 moles of NH3 is dissolved in 2 kilogram. 2, so cancel each other. So molarity will be equal to 1. Clear? So when we add 2 mole of NH3 in 2 kilogram of solvent, then its molarity will be 1. So you can calculate and you can make other question or numerical problem for yourself. Clear? Change the value of n and also change the value of kilogram or the mass of solvent. Clear? So this is a one type of numerical problems. So be ready for such type of problems. Clear? So we go on in the next case. The next case of molality. The next case of molality is that if we take or if we dissolve NH3, or if we dissolve, we have already written NH3. If we dissolve mass of NH3 which is equal to 34 gram. Clear? We have dissolved a mass of NH3 which is 34 gram in this solvent whose mass is 1500 gram. Clear? So what will be its molality? Clear? So first of all, pause the video and try such type of questions. Clear? So we're discussing here, actually molarity is equal to moles of solute in kilogram of solvent. So here the moles of solute are not given, but the mass of solute are given. So first of all, we want to express this gram in moles. So you know, number of moles is equal to mass of solute divided by molar mass of solute. So number of moles is equal to mass of solute is 34. Mass of solute is 34 gram, while molar mass of this solute is 14 plus 3. What? 17 gram. So 17 and 17 2. Clear? So number of moles of NH3 is actually 2 moles. It means 34 gram NH3 is equal to 2 moles. Clear? So we write the number of moles of solute here, 2 moles, and we divide it by kilogram of solvent, but this is in gram. So first of all, we want to convert it in kilogram. Clear? So you know, 1 kilogram is actually equal to 10 raised to the power 3 gram. So we can write it as 1 gram is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 kilogram. Can we write it as? Do you know about such type of calculation? So we go ahead. So the okay, so this is in a gram. So now we write the value of gram here. So 1500, 10 raised to the power, put the value of gram, 10 raised to the power minus 3 kilogram. Clear? So we put it here, 1500, 10 raised to the power minus 3. Clear? Kilogram. So we can write it as molality is equal to point, actually the point is here, we can write it as 2 divided by 1.5. Can we write it as? So remove this decimal point and add 0 here. So the question will be, the answer will be 20 divided by 15. Can we write it as? Here we will write 15 and 5 will be remainder, 0.0 and 3, 45. Clear? So here the molality is 1.3 molal, 1.3 molal molality. So the question was that if we add 34 gram of solvent, 34 gram of solute in 1500 gram of solvent, then find the molality. So we answered that actually molality is equal to number of moles of solute in kilogram of solvent. So when we see the data, there is no moles of NH3, but the amount of NH3 is given in gram. So first of all, we convert the mass of the amount of NH3 into moles. You know, by what mechanism can we convert NH3 into moles? Clear? So in the next step, we will write here the kilogram of the solvent, but the amount of the kilogram of the solvent is in gram. So now we converted grams into kilogram. Clear? You can see here. So now we have put the values and answer the question as 1.3 molal. Easy. So note down Clear? uh, Clear? So the next case of such type of molality is partially complicated, so we try it. So there is another type of question where there is a clear concentrate here, be attentive. That is a solution, sorry, that is a solvent. That is a solvent whose sometime they give the density of the solvent is 1 gram per ml. The question is that the density of the solvent is 1 gram per ml, and volume is 3 liter. Clear? Or sometimes they can give it in ml. So in order for easy calculation, for easy mathematics, we write such type of values which are easy for us. Clear? So this is a solvent whose density is 1 gram per mole. This is a solvent. Clear? Not a solution. This is a solvent whose density is that and volume is 3 liter. Now we add 4 moles of NH3. 4 moles of NH3. Sometimes they can give us data as such that in amount in grams of solute. Now for our easy way, we write it and the amount of NH3 in moles. So we added 4 mole of NH3 in this solvent whose density is that and volume is that. Clear? Okay, so it is a density. So now we find the molality. The question is that find molality. So we know that molality is actually is equal to number of moles of solute dissolved in kilogram of solvent. So when we see the data, this is a solvent and this is its density, this is its volume, and we have added 4 mole of NH3. Clear? So here, see here, we have a moles of NH3 is 4, but kilogram of solvent is not given. So first of all, we want to calculate the mass of the solvent in kilograms. So see here, density is actually is equal to mass divided by what? Divided by volume. Clear? Divided by volume. Density is actually is equal to mass of solute divided by, or density of solvent. Here we are discussing about a solvent, so density of the solvent is actually equal to mass of the solvent divided by volume of the solvent. Can we write it as? So the next we can write it as mass is equal to d into v. Clear? We can write it as. Clear? So mass is actually equal to density is 1 gram. Okay, so now clear. Okay, gram per ml multiplied by volume is 3 liter. Volume is 3 liter. Clear? So clear? See here, mass, this is molality while this is a mass. So molality is equal to 1 gram per ml multiplied by 3 liter. So now we convert this m into its values. So 1 gram per 10 raised to the power minus 3 liter multiplied by 3 liter. Clear? So liter and liter cancel. The answer is 10 raised to the power 3. It will go up multiplied by 3 into grams. Clear? So it is actually 10 raised to the power 3 is actually 1000. 1000 multiplied by this 3 is equal to 3000 grams. Clear? So not a gram. Clear? Oh, okay. What have we done here? So molality is equal to number of moles of solute divided by kilogram of solvent. So number of moles of solute is 4 and volume. Clear? So now we will write here what we will write here mass in kilogram. So in order to find mass in kilogram, mass is equal to density is equal to mass by volume, mass is equal to d into v, and mass is equal to 1 gram per ml multiplied by liter. So here we can write it as liter and liter cancel, and it is equal to 300 grams. And you know 300 gram is equal to 3 kilograms. Clear? So now this is the mass of the solvent. Now we put it here 3 kilograms. It is a moles. So now divide 4 by 3 and we'll put here 1. Clear? 0 approximately 1.3. So molality is equal to 1.3. Clear? Approximately equal to 1.3. So the question was that, clear, if this is a solvent whose density is 1 gram per ml and its volume is that. Clear? So find molality. So in order to find molality, we need molality is equal to moles of solute divided by kilogram of solvent. In data they have given the moles but doesn't given the mass of the solvent in kilograms. Now we want to mass of solvent in kilogram, so we can find the mass of the solvent by this formula. The density of the solvent is equal to mass of solvent divided by volume of solvent. So we have rearranged and that put the values 1 gram per ml multiplied by 3 liters. Clear? So now in second case we can write it as here. Clear? So we put the value of mass here, liter and liter cancel each other and this will go up. Clear? So we can write it as, clear, 3 multiply 3 is equal to 300 grams and 3000 grams, and 3000 grams is actually equal to 3 kilograms. Now we divide this moles by kilograms and answer is 1.3 मोलल. क्लियर है? सो इसे नोट डाउन कर लें. देखिए जितने तरीक़ों से क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं मैं वो तमाम तरीके आप लोगों के साथ शेयर करना चाहता हूँ. इस तरह के अटेंटिव्स और इस तरह के मॉडल लेक्चर ऑलरेडी मौजूद हैं मोलैरिटी की. सो आप वहाँ मतलब आप पहले मोलैरिटी सीख जाएं, फिर हमारे जो 3-4 लेक्चर्स हैं वो भी देख लें, वॉच कर लें, अटेम्प्ट कर लें, लिख लें और साथ साथ रिपीट करते जाएं. इंतहाई क्या है, इजी है और कॉन्सेप्चुअल है. क्लियर है? अच्छा, तो आप लोग ये नोट डाउन कर लें और मैं आप लोगों के लिए लाया हूँ रिटन फॉर्म में. वो कहते हैं इफ़ सॉल्यूट इन ग्राम इज डिजॉल्व्ड इन ml ऑफ सोल्यूशन फाइंड द मोलैरिटी ऑफ द डेंसिटी. सो द क्वेश्चन इज अप्रॉक्सीमेटली सेम. क्लियर? So I hope that you have learned something of it. Clear? So note down, and if you want to study to get such a beneficial lectures, subscribe the channel. And the good news for you people is that we have arranging a sample NT test for you people. So subscribe in order. For what purpose? Subscribe the channel for that purpose, that you will be easily informed by our test. This test will be just like a sample test and will include a very important and conceptual question. Clear? So subscribe and follow us.